So as you go to build your list, take a minute and reflect on if you're generally somebody who's open-minded or somebody who tends to be easily overwhelmed. I find that most students looking to build a college list are going to fit in one or the other of those two categories. Um, Either they're going to struggle being open-minded or they're going to be easily overwhelmed. So consider, for example, the kinds of schools that you might be interested in. So think about, do you want to be in a city? Do you want to be where the weather is warm? How close to home do you want to be? How big of a university do you want? Figure out some of those big questions, what you think you want, and then stop, do a little research, go online, take some school visits virtually. Not necessarily of schools you're even interested in. Let's say you presume you want a city school. Take some virtual visits of some suburban campuses or even some rural campuses and see how you feel about them. Go on some school visits of schools that are close to where you live, not necessarily because you want to go to those schools, but so you can get the feel. What does a big, let's say, huge state school feel like, even though you're thinking, oh, I think I want a small liberal arts school, or vice versa. You think you want a big state school and you want to go to the football games and do all the big things you can do at a big school, all the research available. Take a minute, take a tour of a local liberal arts small school or some virtual tours just to see how they feel. So be open that you might actually like some of what those type of schools may have to offer that you didn't really realize that you might like. And you can get the names of those schools using the CollegeVine platform or Naviance or College Board. But also make sure that you talk to the people around you, whether that's your parents or the parents of your friends, aunts, uncles, your fellow students, particularly people who know you, because they may say to you, I could really see you at University of Rochester or wherever. And you might say to yourself, I never thought of that. And ask them, why do you see me there? What is it about that school that makes you think of me? And see what they have to say. Be open to those new ideas. People who know you may see you in a way that you don't realize is really a part of who you are. And you may just get some good feedback. Now, you may not end up applying to University of Rochester, but you'll learn something about yourself and you'll hear some other ideas. And it might be that you go to U Rochester's site and you have no interest in them, but there are other schools similar that maybe for the reasons this aunt suggested you look at University of Rochester, reasons she suggested it, that maybe there are some other schools that you hadn't thought of that might fall under that category. So as you're being open-minded, you're looking at some different sizes, places, locations that you might not have